Hey, let's talk about storylines around the National Football League. If your quarterback runs around, he's going to get hurt. And Justin Fields is hurt again in Chicago. He's got a significant thumb injury on his right hand. He's gone. He's probably gone for 6 weeks. And they just can't control him, contain him. He's got this DNA that he's got to move the pocket and he's got to run. He's a big athlete. There's no doubt that he's got speed, but he keeps taking hits. He keeps getting hurt. Bears going to play this weekend. They're starting a Division II quarterback from Shepherd State, West Virginia. Wow. Think about that.
Wow.
So Chicago doesn't have enough players to begin with. So big blow. They've tried work so hard with Justin Fields, and we've seen Sundays where he's really been dynamic, throwing and running. Your quarterback runs, he's going to get hurt. We knew this was going to happen. He had 3 injuries in 5 weeks, and now he's gone for the season. Anthony Richardson, AR-15, the Colts quarterback, gone. Went to 3 different doctors. Each doctor told him surgery, fractured AC joint shoulder. It's going to take a long time for him to recover. He's got labrum problems on top of it. It's a big setback because there's no doubt that the kid is a dynamic quarterback. But the gunslinger, Gardner Minshew, will be the starting quarterback in Indianapolis for the rest of the season. This is interesting in Philadelphia. Julio Jones has signed a free agent contract to come back. Longtime Atlanta Falcon, played for the Tennessee Titans, over 13,000 yards, receiving yards. He's a really good player. Now, I don't know how many snaps he's going to get. I mean, because they've got a really good tight end in Philadelphia, and they got the former Heisman winner and Devontae Smith in Philadelphia, and they got A.J. Brown, and now you add Julio Jones. Now, maybe he's an insurance policy against injury, but he's kind of become more of a route runner than a deep threat. This story with the Raiders defensive end, Chandler Jones, is just horrific. He's been arrested again. This, to me, is a mental health thing. And I don't know where the hell his agent is. I don't know where the union is, why there's not help to get this guy into counseling or into a psychiatric center. He's been arrested a 3rd time in less than a month for another domestic violation of a protection order. And by the way, do you have any spare money in your pocket? Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes, I don't know if you've heard about this, have decided to become part owner of a Formula One racing team in Europe.
Really?
They have become, there's 4 athletes, they're the 2 biggest names, who have decided to invest in Alpine One, Formula One racing. It's an underfunded Alpine team in F1. It's at the bottom end of the grid. But obviously when you pour more money into it, there's a chance to spend more money and get better. So yeah, the guys from Kansas City, they're going to be over in Europe in the off season watching Formula One races. So those are some of the hot stories in the NFL Notebook. Your response to the laundry list of names we put out there.
Yeah, there's a ton of stuff here. I mean, but Travis Kelce is just everywhere these days, right? I mean, he's a Super Bowl winning guy. I mean, then the Taylor Swift thing. But it just reminds me a little bit of Joe Gibbs, because wasn't he in NASCAR?
He still is.
He still is.
Yeah, he walked away from the NFL and became an unbelievably successful Hall of Fame owner in NASCAR.
Wow. Now, the other comment I want to make is you're showing the list of those quarterbacks, Justin Fields and Anthony Richardson. Think about how many quarterbacks are taken in the first round of the NFL draft that never pan out because they either get injured or they flame out, like a Ryan Leaf or someone like that. I mean, the success rate for first-round draft pick quarterbacks has got to be well below 50%.
I think the failure rate in the first round, top to bottom, is really significant. The burnout rate at the very top is not that bad.
Okay.
I mean, the Ryan Leafs of the world are really the exception that picks 1, 2, or 3.
Mm-hmm.
But there have been some horrific ones. We should do a special show where we'll just do an NFL segment talking about draft picks and quarterbacks. But, if not Ryan Leaf, Jamarcus Russell. And back in the day before the salary cap came in and the slotting came in for paying players in the NFL, it'd be catastrophic to your salary cap if your number 1 pick was paid $45 million and failed badly.
Yeah.
It would just kill your franchise. It'd kill your franchise if he's not there anyhow. But I would say the upper echelon, picks 1, 2, or 3, the Peyton Manning types of the world, John Elways of the world, have all worked out. But when you go top to bottom, when you get to the back end of the first round and there's 4 more quarterbacks taken, and you miss on a bunch of them because they got glitches or they got flaws.
Wasn't Achilles Smith like a number 3 pick?
The kid out of Oregon, yeah.
and went to the
Now, I don't know if
Bengals.
he was that high, but he was high.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was just a kid that couldn't play in the National Football. He was not a bad dude.
And then what was the other guy's name? Was it Andre Ware? That was the run and shoot guy from Houston.
Yep.
So there's been a lot of quarterbacks taken in the top 10 that just nothing worked.
Well, you put that rain check in your pocket, and we'll do an
Okay.
NFL quarterback theory.